In today's video, I will share with you my own way to deal with heartbreak or any disappointment in life that we all face from time to time. And this routine is something I come back to after any setback I face in life. And I have partially derived my methods from the Stephans Speaks book, Love After Heartbreak, and I wanted to give him credit for that. And I feel that until I read the book, my heartbreak healing was more of a mess than some productive journey forward, and I am excited to share with you my lessons today. So point number one is to give yourself time to feel. This step is very important, and it is the one thing that I took out from the Stephans Speak book. So Stephan says that every time he deals with some disappointment, rejection or heartbreak, he dedicates some time to heal. And I think that this would be a good idea to even take time off work if possible. And I think the time when we are heartbroken is the best time to take life more slowly, just as you would if you had a cold or a flu. This is not the time to force yourself out, not the time to go to the gym or go to party it out. So Stephan explains in this book that he gives himself 2 or 3 or maximum 4 days to fully emerge in the pain he experiences. This is the exact time to watch your favorite sad movie, listen to some sad songs, and in short, enjoy the temporary sadness that we are in. And I think this is also important from the perspective of psychology, as you need to let yourself feel everything. And just like the body needs a little downtime to be able to fight the flu, you also need the time to face your emotions. And of course, depending on how deep the pain was and how important the event was, give yourself the time dedicated to crying, feeling, and mourning the loss you face. In those initial days, we focus on saying goodbye to something we wanted and new possibility that failed. I even think this is healthy to stay in bed and fully immerse ourselves in that period. Before I read that book, I always thought this is the best to just move on as quickly as possible, but nothing more further away from the truth. You need to treat heartbreak like a real wound that you need to wash and let it heal. The crying and feeling is the most important step to clean the wound and let it slowly heal. And I think this downtime can be enjoyable too. It's like no one likes to be sick, but then there is a little joy in being able to stay in bed all day and take life way slower than we used to. I think that this is also the time when we can allow ourselves to take life way more easy. We can order takeaway just as we would if we were sick, and allowing ourselves to eat some unhealthy stuff just like ice creams and pizza all day. I think this is also a good way to compensate the pain we are in. So step number 2 is to journal and reflect. Journaling is my method for both happy and sad times, but nothing helps as much as journaling the pains away. I think this is also a very important self-reflection tool. You can see if there are any lessons to be drawn from the story that caused the heartbreak, and after some 1 or 2 days of pure misery, you can slowly make your way to your journal. And this is the first real task that you need to do, and I find it very therapeutic. It really helps a lot to write down all the thoughts you have, and the empty piece of paper is the best friend to any painful thing that happens in your life. It can also help you reflect on that period once you have healed and move on. And there are so many journal prompts you can find online if you need a little guidance. The idea is to keep writing down until there is nothing more to write about. Journaling can be a very fun process too if we add some special stationery items and if we allow a little space for creativity. Step number 3 is the one when we slowly start to make our way out of the misery. So Stephan says that you should force this process so that you don't stay in the first step for too long. However, I think we can allow yourself more time to grieve, but then have an end date set in your mind, because the danger is that you can stay too long in the dark period and it will become your reality. However, I also think this is very important to feel ready for the change. The step number 3 is the middle step to healing. In this step, we still are partially in the misery and sadness, but we slowly implement some healthy habits out of it. So if you took, let's say, 5 days of work, I would spend the first 3 days in the first step and then the next 2 days in this in-between level. This is when I would still allow myself to be sad and mourn the loss, but I would slowly implement some good habits too. I would be planning some self-care moments, like for example preparing a super luxurious bath for myself. I would do my nails, I would do some chores, organize and clean my space, just as you would if your sickness was slowly going away. In simple words, we need to try and implement little steps that will slowly drive you away from the initial misery. Point number 4 is to get all the love back and to direct it into yourself. And I think this is the best heartbreak advice I ever got. As with most heartbreak, we wanted to give our love to someone and for some reason it was not possible. And I think that we can utilize the important technique of visualization here. Just imagine all the love you were trying to give to someone else, or the love that you gave to someone else, and imagine it coming back to you. Take all the love and invest it in yourself. There will be time later in life when you will have a chance to give your love away again and it will not be wasted. But for now, imagine taking all your love back and use it to yourself. So give yourself the best self-care moments. If you have the money for it, take yourself on some shopping spree, buy that luxurious silk dress or that more expensive candle that you always wanted. Take the time to clean and decorate your room. Also remember that a part of healthy love is wanting to be healthy and strong, so you can cook some good and healthy meal and you can organize some time for going to a gym. And after the initial mourning phase, take the chance on loving yourself. If you need, this is the best time for self-reinvention and self-invention. And whether it is a divorce or disappointment from only the dating phase, take all the bad and transform it into something good. So start some new hobby, change your hair color or start learning a new language. I have the best things coming out of every heartbreak and I love it. I think this is the win-win situation. So don't let your heartbreak go to waste. Make sure you get out much better than you enter it. One day you will laugh about it and you will be glad that this experience have happened. And point number 5 is to keep walking forward. Just remember, keep walking, don't look back, don't call, don't text. See this experience as a hiking journey. There is no need to look back, you need to go forward, keep exploring new horizons, new places, meeting new people. And I promise you that after one love, there is another one and another one and another one. We are capable of infinite love. Your love does not happen only once. You are capable of loving more in the future. And I have to admit that deep love and connection does not happen very often. For me, it is pretty rare, but it does happen. And I think that this is the most interesting thing about life. That there is always another love story, another beautiful moment, new people to meet, new places to go, other jobs to take. In short, there is abundance in life. And for now, you may not see it, but just because you can see it, it doesn't mean it's not there and that it's not possible for you. And one more exercise I took from the Stephans Speaks book is his manifestation process. Once you have completed the steps of feeling through the pain, slowly transforming through the grieving process, you can now start thinking of the future and manifest the best life for yourself. Let the heartbreak be the step to redirecting you to something way better in life.